Thanks for checking out my video. Today we're going to be repairing a resin surface that has been screwed up. As you can see, the ripples and everything, we don't want that, so I'm going to show you how to get rid of that and lay the resin the right way. So I'm going to start off with a heavy grit sandpaper. It was like a 3M. I don't know if you can see that. Really heavy grit on there. We're going to start by smoothing out these lines here that you got here by sanding them. I know it's going to kind of freak you out a little bit after you put all this work and everything into your resin, but it will all buff out. It'll go right back to a crystal smooth finish. Just gonna keep on sanding that until you can feel it nice and smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and skip forward here. So while you're doing this, you're gonna see a lot of scuffing and everything. You don't need to worry about that. You're gonna be sanding a lot. It's probably also good to wear a respirator, because it's going to get pretty dusty in here, but you really don't need to worry about, this is with the heavy grit and a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and it goes to a nice shine. Now we're going to be buffing it down to an even finer grit as we go until we do the final coat, but I just want you to not panic as you're going along and you're getting a lot of the white stuff. So as you're going and sanding the whole area, you're going to be able to start to see all the uneven areas in here. And just want to sand those down so you can get them nice and smooth, like this area here. So I've been sanding this for about 10 minutes. I got the surface really nice and smooth. Now what I'm going to be doing is taking some rubbing alcohol and wiping the surface down. And then I'm going to move on to a finer grit sandpaper. And I'm going to be doing that finer and finer until I can get a nice polished surface. It won't be like super polished, but it'll be enough. Now I'm moving down to a 220 grit sandpaper, and this is going to take all the deep scratches out, kind of buff it out, and then we're going to go to a lower grade sandpaper after that. So now as we're moving on to the next step, very important that you clean up all the dust, wipe the counters, take your tarp out, throw it away, sweep, vacuum, put a new tarp down, and then give it another wipe with the alcohol, and then we're going to start doing the mixing the resin. Now with this last alcohol wipe, you're really going to start to see a really nice finish. Look at that. It's back to mirrored again instead of all that lumpy stuff. Now I'm going to wipe this down, let it dry, and then I'm going to wipe it down again with another rag. So I've now got my resin mixed and I'm ready to start applying it. Now since I'm doing it on a vertical surface like this, I'm not going to just be pouring it on, I'm going to be applying it with a brush. Now, as I'm applying the resin here, I'm putting it on pretty liberally, not dripping off the brush liberally, but fairly heavy. It will drip and look like it's going to make drip marks, but it'll all fall off and smoothen out as you go. Now, once we've got a nice layer applied, it's going to droop a little bit, but you're just going to want to let it sit and drip off the bottom. Like you see, it's all these little guys are dripping here. But you're just going to let it sit there and roll off. And it should roll into a nice even coat. Now we're going to take care of all the little oxygen bubbles in there. And how we're going to do this, we're going to take a blowtorch. Now it's also very important that you know if you that you don't have a flammable another thing to note here is if you are applying the resin on a vertical surface, do not let it get too hot, because when it heats up, it liquefies and it will drip. That will cause your drips. So don't leave the torching too long in place and don't torch for too long. Another little trick is to get a piece of cardboard while you're doing this and it starts to harden, and kind of scrape that bottom edge so you don't get those drips that harden and stay. Unfortunately, my phone died before I finished this project, so I didn't get any final videos or pictures, but it came out awesome. Crystal smooth, shine like glass. It looked great. All you have to do is follow these steps and you'll get a winner. That's it, guys. Well, thank you for watching the video. I hope it helped you out with your project. And be sure to like and subscribe my page if this was helpful. If you have any other questions, just throw them in the comment box below, and I'll be sure to get back to you and help you out with that. Thank you very much, guys. Like and subscribe.